Hey guys, Jimmy here. Thank you for joining me. I'm really glad that you're here. So, I was on Hot Topic earlier today trying to use up my hot cash, and as I was walking into the store, I overheard one of the employees telling a customer that they sold out of Aquaman Funko Pops, and I never thought I'd hear the word Aquaman and sold out in the same sentence. That's not me being a hater. I love Aquaman, but I just never thought that people would actually start liking him. So I'm guessing that there's some good coming out to this movie in like whenever that is. So I went in to try to spend hot cash, didn't buy anything, didn't have anything I liked. So I still want to do a haul video because I got some cool things and Johnny asked me to show them off because he's thinking about buying a few of these. So sure, just for you, Johnny. One of the first things that I got earlier this week, and he knows this, he saw it, and it doesn't do anything other than look cool. It is this prop replica of the communicator from Power Rangers. I got this for a really good price. This thing is from Starlight Studios. It typically goes for closer to $60. I paid $20 for it, or $21 shipped. So I got a really good deal. It was from the flawed communicator sale, and I say flawed because I was looking at this thing, and this thing looks pretty much perfect. Maybe with the exception of the mesh being a tad bit crooked, but you can't tell from far away because you could barely tell just by looking at it. I had to look really closely to try to find a flaw. The only thing from the sale that, the downside from the sale is I couldn't choose which color morpher I wanted. If I could have chosen, I would have chose blue, but they all came in black. My thought is maybe the paint was cheaper, black paint is cheaper, so, there's that. So I also got, this in the mail. This is a wrist changer. I put it on my wrist, but I want to show it closely. Let me just take the little choo-choo out. This is from Reshai Sentai Tokyuger. I was talking about how Power Rangers is skipping a Sentai in favor of ninjas. They're skipping trains in favor of ninjas, which I totally get. Marketing decision or whatnot, but I'm kind of upset that we're not getting Tokyuger because I really like the gimmick. Here's the box it came in, by the way. This big old box. If you can read Japanese, there you go. So in the show, you could, the Rangers could turn into the main five. They could use this to summon their Resha, their Mecha. And they could switch colors. In this case, red goes to green. I love the gimmick. It's really fun to watch. When I realized we were getting Tokyuger, I made it a point to try to get at least the wrist changer. And I got it for really cheap. This thing was $12 on Amazon, as opposed to, what was it, $40 that it retailed at. So it does a number of things. It makes noise. One of the things that I'm most impressed with is it fits on my wrist. I am a big dude, and this thing fits on my wrist. So you put the train in, corresponding color, you hit the little switch, it comes out, makes some train noises. Let's put it in, you close it. It says which train it is, the red Resha. So then you could remove it again. You have 3 buttons right here. Actually, it might help if I take this thing off. You'll see 3 buttons. You'll see 3 buttons here. We have the morphing button. Actually, let me try to adjust this. Okay. So you have 3 buttons. You have the morphing button. You have the transfer button, and you have the mecha button. So by putting this in, this transform. So Ichigo meaning number 1 in Japanese. In this show, they're labeled by number rather than color because of the gimmick. This way, you know, number 1 is always a certain character, number 2 is always a certain character, and, well, you know, as they go on. So, now let's, oh, actually, I screwed up. So, alright, so, if you hit this button right here, it calls for their mecha. And this button right here, it's a transfer button. So like in train systems, you transfer from train to train to get to your location. You could transfer to Ranger, so let's transfer. Alright, so it's actually a minor spoiler, but let's go with this guy. I screwed that up, so let's try this again. Yeah, so it talks about how it's transferring from Builder to Ichigo or to Red. So that's cool, and then. It's really cool, lights and sounds, it's cute. And I really like it. And I'm gonna keep hitting the button if I turn it off. So that's what this is. Again, I got it for a really good price. So I had to get that. I also got, you saw a minor spoiler, I got this. This is the applet changer. So that's the Tokyo Changer's applet changer. Looks like a phone, it came with the Build Russia. You slide it up, and it reveals a track. Here we have a few buttons. Let me see if I can see this right. That's the transforming button. That's to summon the Build Russia. That's to summon the Drill Russia. And that is to make a call. So let's push that button. Yeah, when it's closed, it's really muted, so I don't know if you could hear that. It's a safety feature, so kids don't, you know, put it against their ear and you know, pop their eardrums or something. So let's open it up. And let's pretend to morph right here by sliding the train. So according to this, I'm now this person. I am number 6. So let's summon the Build Russia. And the Drill Russia, I don't have the Drill Russia, I only have the Build Russia, the one that it came with. I have a feeling that these Russias are really gonna take a toll on my wallet because I have 3 already, I have 1 more on the way, so let's just summon the Drill Russia. And finally, let's just pretend to make a call. Yeah, so the way this thing works is it just hits that button and it tells it that a train passed on it. So yeah, this thing's cool. This thing was actually $10, which I like because the slightly more expensive one with a lot more features and the one with less features, you know, it was a good trade-off, I believe. So I did say I had 1 more Russia. I have this guy based off of the Gokai Galleon from Tokuger. Yeah, Tokuger from Gokaiger. So it looks like the ship right there. It's a little bit articulated. This actually part goes down. The sail, you split it apart and you can attach it like that so it turns. These are really cool trains. This thing is supposed to, it's meant to not only go into the Morpher, but it's meant to attach to the Mecha, the Megazord. So this part will do is it would flip down, it would attach to the red Resha, but not this one, the one that comes with the Mecha. And this piece right here on the back, it flips up and it replaces the head, and that looks like Gokai-O. So let's just put it back together. Actually, no. Let me put this in the changer. So. Yeah, so it recognizes which one it is, and I'm not gonna do the other sounds because actually, I'll do one more sound. I lied, I'll do one more sound. So it pretty much said the name of the show, which is really, really cool. And there was a few others released, and the packaging for that looks like this. It comes on a little train track. It's cute. I like it. Also, a few other things I picked up were Batman Ninja Turtle crossover part 1 and 2. I kind of forgot that they were released until Johnny and I believe Jay from Boxing Rocks and a few others were posting about it. And I was like, wait, part 2 is already out? I had no idea part 1 was already out. So I ran to the comic book store, they had part 2 just out, and they had part 1 behind the counter, so I asked, they gave it to me. I might have paid a little bit more than the cover price, I think like $1 or so, just because it was older. And, you know, I didn't mind because I wanted to get it anyways. Another thing that I went to go get at the comic book store was the Power Ranger comic. And unfortunately, they sold out. I don't know if it's because they ordered a small amount or because they ordered a large amount and they just happened to go quickly. So I asked a few friends if they see the comic to pick it up for me. A few of them went out of their way and actually went to the store specifically to look for the comic. And unfortunately, they couldn't find it. So, but to them, I'm very thankful that they took time out of their schedule to do that favor for me. So I ended up finding them online. I found the blue variant and I found the yellow variant online on the official Boom website. But every other comic was sold out, and if I want the other colors at this point, I'll have to spend more money that I'm comfortable paying for just the cover. So even though I would love to have all 5 covers, or all 7 covers rather, I would love to have the core 5, but that might not happen, which I'm okay with, I guess. I got blue, and that's my favorite Ranger, so I think that it works out. So, because I ordered it online, I actually really wanted to read it, so I got it on Comixology. I got a digital version, and I read it, and here's what I think about it. I like it. I like it a lot. It reminds me a lot of the show. I was reading the characters' dialogue with their actors' voices. It's well written. It stays truthful to the source material. Like, and it knows where it came from, but at the same time, it's its own entity. Like, it's very modern. They're dressed modern. They're not dressed like they were dressed in the 90s. Kimberly and one of the other characters were texting, and they had emojis, and those aren't really spoilers, but no, it felt good. It felt like Power Rangers would feel now if it were to come out. Like if Mighty Morphin were to come out today, that's what it would feel like, and I like it. It's kind of, parts of it are a little bit cheesy. If you read it, you know what parts, but overall, it stayed true, I believe, to the show, and I really enjoyed it. This is just part 0. So part 1 comes out in March. Even though I missed out, I got on the pull list. I'm gonna, put it on my pull list. So which I should have done from the moment the comic was announced. But no, it's on my pull list now, and when part 1 comes out, I'll definitely be able to scoop that up. Hopefully they don't do a ton of variant covers, because this whole variant cover debacle is kind of ruining the experience. I don't have the physical copy yet, but it's okay. I read it. I have it on here now. It's a good comic, and I don't really mind paying for it 3 times like I already have. So yeah, I liked it. If the movie is anything like the comic, then the movie's gonna do well, at least in my opinion. It's just crazy that, you know, so many Power Ranger things are coming out. There's a comic coming out this year. You know, this is part 0, but part 1 officially comes out in March. The movie comes out next March, 2017, or it's scheduled to. So there's gonna be a lot of Power Ranger stuff coming in all at once, and this means I should probably work harder to get promoted at work and get a raise or something, because my wallet won't be able to handle so many Power Ranger things coming all at once. So, you know, we'll see. Alright guys, I think that's it. I think I've talked a lot during this video, so you know, if you've clicked away, I don't blame you. So, alright guys, I will talk to you guys next week. The FTBA.